South Africa. I'm talking to instructor Rob. And as much as I come to teach, I come to learn. Because one needs to learn about the local culture, the crime, the differences in crime between different cultures, what to expect. If we don't know what to expect, we put ourselves at an extreme disadvantage. You can't come to one society, one culture with your knowledge of another culture and not know when, where, or how violence may come. So as Mr. Miyagi said years ago, best defense, not be there. So like in South Africa, the confrontation might be different than in another country.
Yeah, I mean, look, generally in South Africa, people are looking for your stuff. They want your wallet, they want your car keys, they mostly want your cell phone. And you know, I think certainly what we talk to our students about is that those interactions, you have to learn to treat them as much more transactional than confrontational. As soon as they become confrontational, you become
emotional.
You become emotional. You become nervous. You become incapable of thinking clearly. When you go into a store to buy something, you're very happy to exchange.
You know there'll be a price.
Yeah, but you're very happy to exchange your money for whatever you're getting on the other side. So now you're faced with a guy who says, "I want your cell phone, or I want your bicycle, or I want your wallet." You can get into a fight with him, but the chances are you're going to get injured in that fight. And even if you get and we had an acquaintance of ours who exactly that happened to him. He got caught out while riding his bicycle. He was confronted by two people with knives, and they said to him, "We want your bicycle," and he said, "Over my dead body." And they said, "Okay, well we'll try that.
We'll arrange that for you."
And he got stabbed, not significantly at the time, and he managed to hold on to his bicycle. But as a result of that, he got a terrible infection in that wound, and he has been in and out of hospital umpteen times. He never gets to ride the bicycle now because of the injury that he got from that.
Yeah.
And you know, conversations I've had with him in the past is if he could go back to that time, was the value of the bicycle worth the cost that you paid subsequent to that?
I like what you're saying. If you look at it as a transaction, I would think of it this way. Let's say somebody wants to insult you online, disparage your reputation, cause you professional harm by saying negative things about you that will spread around the world. And then you say, well, if I confront this person in an angry, emotional way, he's going to cause me some harm. To undo that harm, I'll have to hire an advertising agency, marketing team to spruce up my image and regain it. What will it cost me to undo that damage as compared to trying to appease this person, saying, look, we had a misunderstanding, perhaps I should apologize, perhaps I should offer you a discount or a refund because you got a DVD that was damaged by the post office, not by me. You know what? Be the gracious person, because the damage it would cause me and the cost of undoing that damage would be greater. So I think what you're saying in the sense is, what I look at it is psychologically. If I feel I've been violated in the sense, give me your bicycle or I'll stab you. And I'm thinking, well, I'm a Krav Maga instructor. This is going to be humiliating. How am I going to admit that I was robbed? I didn't fight back. I'm not a real man. I'm going to fight the guy. And again, you might be stabbed and have damage caused to your body that would be hard to repair. If you give in to the guy's demands, you might walk away feeling emotionally devastated for the rest of your life. I can't live with this humiliation. On the other hand, if you step back and you say to yourself, let me weigh the cost and balances, hospital bills, possible infection, etc., as compared to the cost of the bicycle, which may be a write-off, may be insured. Then you make a transaction, and then at that point you feel, I didn't sell out, I bought in. I bought my security at the price of a bicycle, and it was worth it for me. So I think what you're saying is, in that situation, not only did I come away with less harm, but I could walk away psychologically intact. I just did a good transaction. I bought off a couple of criminals at a cost of a couple $100, as compared to I was raped, I was violated, I can't look at myself anymore. I think that's what along the lines.
Yeah, along that kind of, you know, the problem is once you're in that situation, you know, the real work needs to be done to not get into the situation.
Yes.
So in his case, he was riding early in the morning in an area where there have been a number of known attacks, and well, you know, if you go swimming with crocodiles, it's at some point in time a crocodile might bite you.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be bitten by crocodiles, it's best not to swim where crocodiles swim.
Right.
And I think very often the problem is people take this snapshot of the interaction, and that becomes the defining moment. You know, why can't I do this?
Right.
Well, I mean, on a kind of metaphysical level, yeah, absolutely. You know, you should have the right to be able to do that, but
Right.
on a real level, you can't. So you either accept the reality and plan around that, or you try and live in a false world where you are going to try and enforce your independence. Or
I think that's very wise. Thank you.